Hi and welcome to the Fleetfoot Show. Today, as you can see the topic, we are going to be talking about or discussing hate speech. What is hate speech? Hate speech is an abusive or threatening speech which is written to express or that expresses prejudice against a particular group. An abusive or rating threatening speech, writing that expresses prejudice against a particular group. Anyone doing that, we call it hate speech. It is not good to threaten people in your community. It is not good to use abusive languages in your community against certain people or group. There are many ways in which you can express yourself. You don't have to be abusive. You don't have to threaten people before you express yourself or to say what you mean or think. Certain people say things and do not want to take responsibility for these things. For what they say, they don't want to take responsibility. You can say whatsoever you want to say, but you should be ready to bear the consequences for what you say. Even it is written into the Bible that there is time for everything. There are certain times you will do certain things, you go free, but certain times you do it, you will not go free. People should take responsibility for what they do. Because hate speech destroys the community in which you live. In your community, if you don't talk good things about your community, everything that you say is just bad things about your community. It will make people that live in your community to move from there, to leave the community. Even others that want to come into that community will be afraid to come because you see certain elements, certain members of that community saying bad things about the community, then it will make other people afraid to come into that community in order to even open shops, to carry on development in that community. Then your community will be left behind. While other communities are growing, improving, yours will be going down the drain. Who will be responsible? You preaching hate speech will be the one responsible. You are the one that is responsible for the community not being developed, for people not coming in. So you can't say it is freedom of expression. Hate speech is a crime. There is no place for hate crime in the community, anywhere in the world. So you need to desist from preaching hate speech. It's dangerous. Hate speech will result into hate crime. Hate crime will go to what? You have organized crime. People will start to do things that are not right. Because people may defend themselves in many ways. Your hate speech will encourage people to do things that they not even want to do, or they have no intention of. So it is better to have a very good freedom of expression, to express yourself in a mature way than in what I may term as a criminal character or manner. Hate speech is not good for any development in any community. So you don't say things that are not good, abusive, and then you turn it to be good. You say it is good. It is not good. Saying bad things about where you live is not a good thing. It is, though certain things may be wrong, going on wrong, but it is better for you, to express yourself in such a mature way, a good way. A good way then to say things that you don't even expect an adult to say. People preach or practice hate speech because of the following. I feel that either one, they don't have education. If they have education or they don't have knowledge. If they have knowledge but their knowledge is limited, either they don't have visions or wisdom. Because someone having wisdom, good wisdom, will not behave in such a way that will harm the community in which they live. If they don't have a vision, is not the problem, then they should have mental problem. Knowledge, education, wisdom, or mental problem. These four, it is difficult for you to see someone that practicing hate speech and don't have deficiency in these four, in any of the four. So we see their behavior, we look at them, we see what they do on televisions, on social medias. So we see them. These people are behaving in such a way, they are saying things that they are not to say. Sometimes we look at them and say, this guy is actually, he does not seem to be normal. Let's leave the educations, the wisdom, the knowledge part and come to the mental problem, which seems to be most likely the cause. You see, when somebody having or developing mental problem, you see that they'll be feeling numb, as if to say nothing matters. You will see that from the behavior, the way they talk, you can tell that this person maybe has been smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than the usual amount that a person need to use. You will find that these people, you will see them, they will be yelling when they're in a crowd among their friends. You see them yelling, yeah! Just jumping all over the place. They're all over the place, jumping up, yelling and saying things that no one expects them to say. No one expects them, to hear from such person. You call yourself an honorable person, but you don't behave honorably like an honorable one. Such title, you will see that these people will be having persistent thoughts and memories of things that they cannot take out of their head. Memories of things that stuck up into their heads that they will not be able to take out. You found them. Maybe because of the behaviors of the things that they have been doing way back. Maybe during the Civil War, the lot of people that they killed. The wicked thing that they did. These memories are in your head. You can't get out. They are thinking. you see it in their behavior. Those are some of the things that make them to stand and say things that they are not to say. Sometimes they will be hearing voices into their ears, telling them things that are not true. So you see them, they behave in such a way that you don't expect someone that is in parliament to behave. These people have mental problems. When you see someone behaving like that, you should have to think and look at the things, the following that I'm talking about here. They should have some of the qualities. Some of the following should be, they should be in them. Their behavior looks like someone suffering from some of these things. So I think that I look and think that Parliament, they should try to have, they behave as if to say that there's no code of conduct in where they are. Their places of work. So I feel that they should be taking cognitive test, IQ test. You can go and be elected, or you are sent there to represent the people, but you should take some certain tests to see whether mentally you are fit for the positions. Because your behavior, what you are saying and doing there, it reflect where you have come from. It will reflect the people that you are representing, that they too behave the same way in which you are behaving, which may not be true. Because there's a saying that says that, show me your friend, then I will tell you who you are. People cannot say that this guy, this representative or this senator is rude, so the people of that district are all rude. Excuse me for the expression. They cannot say that. But it will make people other way feel that way, that, this guy behavior is actually representing the people. It looks like the people in that district, or they are like that. That's why he's behaving like that. But it may not be so. It may be because that person is sick and needs help. Because of the past behavior, as we grow older, certain things happen. Because of what you do, it has reflection. This person or these people, when you see, they need to send these people to hospital, they need to be checked. It cannot always become a scene. You cannot leave the people and say, yes, okay, let's just, yes, this guy, he's just like that. So let's just forget it. You will find out that certain time, these guys, I'm telling you, some of these people, they want to take pen and juke it right into your eyes. They will say they never meant it. The wickedness that they did, all the bad things that they did before, it is reflecting into them. You can see it into their behavior. Sometimes you wonder, why should a district elect somebody that does not even look fit? You begin to think, did they really take WAEC? Do they have WAEC exam? At least O-level certificate, do they have? Or are we just selecting people into parliament because we are afraid? People to represent the community because you are afraid? The behavior of some of these people don't represent the people that they represent. This is very wrong. I think people should desist from such hate speech. Is a crime. People should be allowed to tell their story the way they see. When someone say that certain things, I can't believe that people came from here with a lot of educations and did nothing for where they have come. People should not get afraid. They should not be vexed. They should not say, oh, why is the person trying to pretend as if to say they are the best? No. That is not hate speech. You can express yourself in a very quiet, cool way. But if this one they don't do it like this, this one will happen. Then you will tell what will happen. You cannot behave like that. That is not a kangaroo community or jungle community wherein they say how do they say the strongest shall survive? No. This is a collective effort. Try to desist from saying bad things about your community. Try to say positive things. Try to do something that will improve the life of the people in your community. Instead of saying things that are not good. Sometimes because of their behavior, what they say and do, you have to be very careful. If you have your children around you watching some of these televisions or talk shows, you got to be careful. The words that come from their mouth, children are very quick to pick up these words and begin to use it. Honorable people should behave like honorable one. But now what used to be called in those days grown-up boys or boy. You don't behave like that. You should behave like an adult. But anyway, you cannot send a psychiatric person, a person that having some mental problem that need to be de-traumatized, someone that has some traumatic problems to represent, and then you expect them to behave like a father or a mother. It's not possible. You cannot plant cassava and then you want to harvest guava. You plant potato and then you want to get apple at the end of the day. It's not possible. You will get exactly what you sow. So, we are all one. Everyone belongs to the same community. So let's try to be our brother's keeper and not our brother's enemy. And make sure that we take responsibility, full responsibility of what we say or write. It can be in newspaper, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatever. Whenever and wherever. You should take responsibility and be willing to account for. If there's any consequences, you should be responsible for the consequences. Be aware that there is consequences for whatsoever we do or say. Here, anywhere in the entire world, there is always responsibility after an act. If you commit a crime or an act, or you say anything, you are going to be responsible for it. There is no one above the law. You can see what happened the last time. That ex-president, they blocked him from Twitter, from Facebook, because of what he said or wrote on the social media. So, if such a great person can be brought to book. How is it about you? Who do you think you are that you will go free? Community leaders will bring you to book. If Facebook don't bring you to book, community leaders will bring you to book. You will be asked, you are not above the law. You will come to explain in details. So we want to get clarity. They will tell you, say, we want to get clarity. What do you mean when you say this? You got to appear. When you say this, is this against us? So that's it. That is it. You know, I'm going to work, and when I come back, and tomorrow we will be having another discussion. So, if you have any topic you want for me to talk about, or you want for us to discuss, just send the topic, and then I will see what I can do. We will meet and talk about it and discuss how we can bring about development into our community and improve the life of our people, not only ourselves. Thank you.